Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got a Solana video for you guys. Want to get this update out to you and show you what's going on with Solana. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button. Now let's jump into it. Alright, so we'll jump into the charts here, take a look at Solana and the crypto market cap as a whole. It's currently past 2 trillion in market cap. This is a strong signal for the market here, with Bitcoin shooting up just over 52,000. You know, it's kind of pushed all these alts up with it, and it's had a little bit of correction here down to under 52,000, but ETH almost up to 2,800, and then Solana at $116. It actually did surpass BNB again in market cap, so they're kind of going back and forth between with each other, so just depends on the day really. So Solana currently at $116. As you guys know, it did reach about $260 the last bull run. I'm expecting Solana, with everything that they've done and how quick the network is and how much adoption that they had, I'm expecting it to smash through this previous all-time high in this next bull run. You know, my price predictions on it are probably closer to between 400 and 500, somewhere in that range, but anywhere between 250 and 600 realistically is kind of my price target for Solana, but I think it'll easily surpass its all-time high with everything going on with it. I'm going to jump into some articles here. So the Solana 2 Saga phone surpassed 100,000 purchases for the pre-order, which is absolutely phenomenal. The Saga 1 phone, basically, I think they topped out at like 30,000 total sales, so it's already more than tripled that. Now the founder window for $450 has closed, so hopefully you guys got in on that. I did purchase one at the founder window. I was thinking about purchasing two, but I just decided not to for now. But the early adopter window is only $50 more, not too bad, so $500 for the early adopter window. Now I don't know if they're going to keep this open for another 100,000 orders or 50,000 orders or whatever they're going to do with it, but the early adopter window, it's currently at $500. And then once that closes, the supporter window's probably going to go up to $550, $600. Who knows what it's going to be at the supporter window? You just don't know what they're going to jump it up to. But so if you want to pick one up, now's the time to pick it up before it gets too high in price. And then you can become a referrer and you get on their leaderboard and stuff like that with this. So as I said, this article talking about how Solana surpassed BNB's market cap and secured that 4th place position in crypto. And if you think about it, if you take out like USDT, you're really looking at 3rd place as far as market cap, and 2nd place as far as market cap for altcoins. So kind of keep that in mind, because ETH is number 1 altcoin, and then Solana and BNB are kind of competing with each other right now. So I think Solana is going to smash past BNB and never look back in this bull run. So we're seeing here Sol's price surge occurred on the same day the Crypto Fear and Greed Index hit its highest level since November of 2021, which was like the peak of the bull run, when Bitcoin reached $51,699. And then back in 2021, it was when Bitcoin was at $69,000. This index spike came a day before Bitcoin surpassed the $50,000 mark for the first time since December of 2021. Sol managed to surpass BNB despite Solana network outage. It did have an outage on the network recently for like 5 hours about a week or so ago. They're saying the on-chain approval of the Pith DAO constitution likely propelled the rally for Sol's price to rise for it to surpass the BNB's market cap. Despite the outage, Sol's gained 20% in the last 7 days and is currently 50% lower than its all-time high of $260. And that talks about on here how, you know, I said they had 100,000 pre-orders on February 12th, and that's less than 30 days of it being on sale. So that's absolutely fantastic sales. If they can get their sales above 1 million, then they're going to be competing with some of the bigger manufacturers out there for cell phones. So that'll be really bullish if they can manage to do that. But maybe they'll settle somewhere around the 2 or 250,000 range. This article here talks about why analysts say Solana showed its strength regardless of the outage. Solana's token up nearly 20% after its 5-hour outage on Tuesday, the subsequent rebound of its price, and yet another sign of strength. Analyst at crypto research firm Keiko, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, said in a report on Monday, Solana's ability to handle a large amount of transactions is one of the main selling points, the research said in a report. And it talks about kind of a checkered past they had in the past with a lot of different outages on the network. Back, a year and a half or so ago, they had quite a few outages, so they've only had one in the last 12 months. Hopefully that's the only outage they have for a long time now, if ever. We'll have to see. It's really going to depend on once they get Fire Dancer online and get that rolling and get that in place, because they need like a backup network validator to kind of stop them from having to take the whole network down when they have these issues. Hopefully Fire Dancer will help alleviate a lot of that problem. This article here talks about why this $42 billion signal could send Solana's price up to $150. And it says Solana's price gains for February 2024 have hit 20% at the time of this writing. This was a couple days ago. Recent market reports suggest rising volumes of DeFi activity on the Solana network have been pivotal to the ongoing Solana price rally. In further affirmation of this stance, the observed staking deposit trends suggest the most current Solana network validators are positioned for more bullish action. And that talks about the staking chart rewards here. So basically, you're saying that the staking validators and that are showing bullish momentum. So there's probably more people staking their Solana now than buying it and staking it for returns on their Solana. So I think if you stake you could stake right in the Phantom wallet, and there's other places you can stake as well. But I think on the Phantom wallet, it's right around 7 or 8%. Last time I checked, it's been a while since I had my Solana staked on there. But I unstaked it when I was taking profits out on it. So that is a good place to stake your Solana if you have some, and you can unstake it. There's an epoch cycle. It's like a 3-day cycle, I believe. So when you stake it, you have to wait for the epoch cycle to end before you can actually withdraw it. And depending on when you're trying to withdraw it, it could be a few hours, a few minutes, or a few days, because I think it's either 48 or 72 hour epoch cycle. So keep that in mind when you're staking your Solana. You can't just withdraw it immediately. Typically, sometimes there's a little bit of a wait, for a few minutes, few hours, or a few days, depending on when the epoch ends. And I think there's a Solana Beach website or something like that where you can check the epoch cycle to see when it's ending, to know when you would be able to withdraw. But you make sure you withdraw before that epoch ends, otherwise it gets locked up for another 72 hours. But again, here Solana showing some absolute strength in this market regardless of its outage. It's like the outage never really happened. It didn't affect the price at all. There was a very slight dip from a few people that panic sold. I know one person that watches my videos panic sold because they're new to crypto, and that's typical. That happens anytime there's kind of fun on your projects. You'll be scared and you'll see maybe a little bit of a dip, and so you panic sell, thinking that it's going to dip further. And then like with Solana, because it's a solid project, it just kept going back up from there and didn't even look back on it. So just kind of keep that in mind. Try not to let FUD scare you out of your bags unless it's legitimate FUD that is, something like a scam going on with the project or something really terrible. But most of the FUD, like 90% of the FUD out there, is just really gives you a better buying opportunity, if anything else, because most of the time, like when people were FUDing on Solana last year and the SEC declared it a security and it got down to like $14, I was telling everybody, we're buying, we're not selling. And where I was buying Solana back when it was $14 last year and stocking up on it and getting as much as I could in my portfolio, because I knew that, this FUD was not going to affect the price long term. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're holding crypto and you're new to the game. Try not to let FUD scare you out of your coins. Now, it can be a different situation if you're finding out that the team is doing something illegal or really shady behind the scenes, and or there's a big lawsuit or something like that. Like Galahad, where the co-founders were suing each other because they were stealing from the company and selling some of the engines and selling coins and this and that, and they lied about their V2 coin and the whole reason behind it. And there's stuff like that where I just said, no, I'm selling my Gala. Now that's up to you and what you want to do with your portfolio. I just personally didn't feel comfortable staying in that project with that type of FUD going on. But stuff like the SEC declaring a coin of security or a network outage, stuff like that on a solid project, typically is not a reason for me to sell it. Now, if they were continually having issues and issues and issues, maybe then it could be a problem. But Solana's a pretty solid project. I'm expecting it, like I said, to get probably in that $400 to $600 range in this upcoming bull run, likely the $400 to $500 range, but 600 I would think would be the top for it, because if you look at the market cap, you know, you're getting in the hundreds of billions of market cap at that point, so you really have to be careful how much money it's going to take to push the price much higher than that. But that's pretty much what I got for my Solana video today, guys. I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and we'll see you on the next video. Tell me what you want,